As individuals, we are influenced by the society that we find ourselves in, or the community that we're part of, or the families that we're born into. Our guardians, our parents, the social system, the educational system, all these shape and form our dreams, our aspirations, our characters, our beliefs. So in this environment, it's difficult to hold on to the keys of what you want to do, your own passion and your own drive. If you like, we become products of social conditioning. The imprint of the social conditioning that we are born into or that we live in leaves an imprint on us or can influence us. Social conditioning is all around us from birth and from what is around us, from the community that we're part of. Is leaving an imprint on us. From their values, the way we look at the rest of the world, the judgments that we make, the way we view perhaps good and evil, is all part of social conditioning. Our schooling, our education, the jobs that we choose or the careers that we pursue, the social system that we find ourselves in is shaping our very future. But the question here is, what is your focus on what is your way forward? It is said that the average Westerner sees on average 5,000 adverts every single day. That is a phenomenal amount of adverts. And how do you measure that? Yes, it's true. But even say it's several hundred adverts a day, it's still a lot. Even now, as you're watching this video, there will be a logo on the device, your chosen device, that you're watching this broadcast on. In the area that you're in right now, you're probably able to look around and see logos, perhaps on the mouse of your computer, or a couple of pens on your table. And have a good look around the area you're in, and you'll see various adverts. And now if you go through into your kitchen and open up one of the cupboards, again you'll be bombarded by logos that you normally just take for granted because they're there every single day, and then they're part and an intricate part of your life from the products that you're using. As well as your bathroom, again opening up the cosmetic cupboard, and there again there may be a whole array of different products. Now, I'm not suggesting that these are all bad, but what I am suggesting is that we are not aware of them. A bit like turning on the lights. We're not aware, we don't consciously choose to acknowledge that a surge of electricity is being sent down wires to ignite a light bulb in order to give us light. No, we just take it for granted. A bit like our breath. This is the environment I live in. And all this is happening before you've even left your dwelling for the day. But there we are, bombarded by adverts. Now these do begin to shape us. They shape us in regards to suggesting the things we need. No wonder our focus is easily distracted. But it doesn't just begin there. It also begins with people around us. They can be very influential, their expectations. You see, they too are products of social conditioning, of what they believe is normal behavior, or what is the right way forward. And with that, they may bring their intent and suggest it, sometimes very convincingly, upon ourselves. And this can radically change the direction of the life we choose to live. Take, for example, a young child. A young child who has an artistic flair is particularly gifted at being artistic. And he's developing these skills. He's passionate, or she's passionate about these skills, and he wants to pursue them with all heart, might and strength. And even the arts teacher at school recognizes this particularly talented child, and on parent nights they give this feedback. Your child is a particularly talented artist. We've noted this, and he's also really passionate about it. But because of social conditioning, the parents are more concerned about math and English and all the other subjects and the curriculum that they expect their child to follow as well, which in retrospect is normal behaviour. But the pressure comes now where it's suggested to the child that the pursuit of art is not the way forward, perhaps as a pastime, but it's not the way forward. You need to really consider your future. You really need to get yourself an education, and that will support you and a career choice. You need to consider financial future and your financial benefits. You see, this conditioning begins to be passed over in some cases, and often. So the child goes through his educational system, and is, in a sense, his passion, his drive is put to the side, and he begins to adopt a new way of looking out and developing skills. And as he goes through his educational system, he may become disillusioned with it all. And in particular, his own passion is now beginning to subside. The child ends up pursuing a career that he or she didn't particularly want to pursue in the first place. And they end up pursuing this career. They may end up becoming successful in this career after going to university and studying and developing the skills in this particular field. But yet, there's something missing. So they end up in this rut of social conditioning. And they do all the right things, and they end up becoming successful in their chosen career, and they get themselves the house, the car, the family. But all the time, there's something missing. It's a sense of a lack of fulfillment. Something is not quite fitting in. There's something suppressed. Something is being overlooked. And ultimately, that something is you. It's your passion, your dreams, which were suppressed at a younger age. And we constantly are doing it to ourselves as we go through our lives. And we end up having dreams and aspirations, but we don't pursue them on the basis of fear. Or what I call the what if. What if this happens? What if I run out of money? What if this project doesn't quite take off? What if I'm wrong and I miss the mark? And our endeavours end up being dictated by fear that we adopted from a young childhood, which was passed on to us by social conditioning. There is a way over all this, and that is to stay focused. To stay focused on your dreams and aspirations. Those passions that you have will be incredibly rewarding if you hold on to them. As a coach, it's surprising that how many people I've worked with over the years who at retirement and early retirement, perhaps coming out with some early ending career like the police force or the fire brigade, people are left asking themselves this question: what am I going to do now? And it's at this stage in their life they end up revisiting aspirations and dreams that they had when they were younger, perhaps even as far back into their childhood or their teens. What I found is working with individuals is that they step into it, and in some cases they are incredibly talented individuals, and they have a semi-professional additional career in their later years, and in some cases it becomes a professional based career, a new discovery. But more importantly, in all cases, people who make this transition, who get to this place and make this transition, is that they find themselves being fulfilled, find themselves stepping into the fullness of who they really wanted to be. And even though they pursued this career and they enjoyed it perhaps for part of it, it didn't fully tick the box of who they wanted to be. And now in their later years they're stepping into the fullness of it. It's as if they've reconnected with the child that was suppressed in their early days. They're going all the way back, and now it is not childish to think creatively because they've earned it. Yet it is possible to be pursuing that from your earlier days. Artists, masters of the art form, people who are pursuing their art forms, or people who are pursuing their passions, are demonstrating that as a form of mastery. What is it you want to learn? What is it that ticks your box? What is it that makes you want to wake up every morning and be passionate about what you do? What is it that really gets into your blood and makes you want to pursue it with all your heart, mind and passion? Now this is the ultimate pursuit, and that can happen in the here and now, whether you're a child, teen or later years in your life. We can take hold of those dreams and aspirations and begin to make them happen, begin to pursue them. It may need to begin small as we make this transition, but stepping on it and stepping into it is the way forward. As a community, as a social community, we need to create an environment that is safe for people to do just that, to be able to pursue their dreams and passions, to create a self-reflective learning environment. And that self-reflective learning environment is literally asking ourselves the question, what is it that I want to do? What is it you want to do? Whether it appears initially to be realistic or not, we should not and we should never ignore it. This is the basis of success. If you want to build a good team, if you want to build a good network and a good working environment, your team, yourself, will work best in the area that you're passionate about. It's far better to be pursuing the things that you want to do rather pursuing the things you're told to do, and you're doing them because you have to. This is Mario Morris, and I'll speak to you next week. Thank you for watching.